This is Terri being groomed by Megan, and then we also have Missy, who is definitely her favourite.
As ranking goes, Megan is probably slightly higher than Missy. If you remember, Megan arrived in 2018. She was about 5 or 6 months old and was found clinging to her dead mom in a mining area. Unfortunately, I don't have much information on Missy, but she had a little baby called Mischief, so she's a very, very good foster mom and loves looking after the little ones. Little Eamon enjoying himself eating some of the leaves on the trees. Here we have little Terri as well, also trying out some new leaves or new forage, just to see what it's all about. And of course, for these little guys, everything has become interesting, and they have to try it out and see what it's like. I don't know if these little thistles are good things, because they've got tiny little thorns on it, so they're not going to be the most enjoyable thing to eat. But at least they've got to try it and find out for themselves, and that's how these little guys learn what's good for them and what's not. And this, of course, would be Missy with Terri at the moment. Little Eamon, late afternoon, sort of the sun's busy going down, and he's up in the trees just testing some of the newer leaves and the forage there that he can find, which is great. Nice to see that they are trying different things. Don't know if it's to his taste, but at least he's trying it. That's the main thing. He's come back for some more. Well, as you can see here, troops are made up of little family groups. Not too sure who that was that upset little Terri there. But there you've got Megan and Missy, and then of course Terri. So this is their little group at the moment, and possibly the one sitting up on the branch there. I'm not too sure who that is. Maybe we'll see who they are later. But yeah, it's essential that they got like a little family, and they live in this little family, and that's what gives each other the protection that they need.
So, something has just scared all the monkey in Global Troop, and all the babies have run to Dolly. Missy did try and pick up Terri, but Terri was having none of it and went for Dolly. Oh, and there's Totsie. Totsie's been quite naughty. She's bitten or nipped a couple of the babies over the last day and a half. Probably because she was Missy's baby. So, I think she's a little jealous. Aren't you, Totsie? Not such a tiny angel anymore.
Well, being a little orphan monkey has its advantages, especially with a little bit of cold weather. Yeah, we have little Serala lying on top of a nice little hot water bottle, keeping cozy in the James enclosure. Slowly, as the sun comes up and starts warming up the other monkeys, but she's quite content and happy to be lying there on this nice hot water bottle, just having a look at her surroundings, seeing what's going on. There we go, a little bit of a stretch, waking up in the morning, but that warm water bottle's just too much, and it's calling her back to have a nice lie down again. Getting those last grooms and cuddles before introducing them to the moms. So these two little ones are going to hopefully get their moms today, or meet their moms and see who to choose. But they're just taking advantage of that last bit of comfort from their caregiver. I think it's Becky in this case, before they sort of move on.
Serala getting a groom with Brianni at the fence. Brianni is the dominant female of James' troop. This is very exciting that she's interested in Serala.
Little Serala just having a last minute snack before she meets the mom. She doesn't seem too worried at all.
Today is a big day for Beau and Serala. They'll be meeting mums hopefully today. We're going to try and get Lychee or Emblem in, our super mums. So we're just going to get them microchipped before they get a mum. They're both ready, both capable. We're very excited.
Alright, Beau and Serala, foster mums. Take one. Just waiting for the right mama.
So we got Gabe at the door, who we don't want. Teo is playing with the door.
Gabe, Teo, and Juno.
And then Emblem, who we do want, is over there by the water tap.
Okay, so we have Juno, who's just come in. It took us a while to get an opportunity. So as usual, food more important than babies. But Serala and Beau don't seem too concerned. It seems still pretty chill. They've both taken some food upstairs. Alright, come on, Beau. That's it, my boy, come on.
As you all know, Floki needs to get some stretches daily, but of course he won't just do it without being bribed. So we need to give him some nice grapes and some food first, and then he'll cooperate a little bit to do some of his exercises. But he's very clever. He won't have them afterwards. He has to have them beforehand, and then he'll cooperate to doing a bit of exercising. So of course it is important that that little leg gets massaged and rotated the correct way to try and give him full movement. So he has this sometimes twice a day, just to make sure he is moving and he's got full rotation of his leg and he's stretching it out fully, because he might not always do it himself. And then of course we do some flexes on the toes and stuff, just to make sure he is moving it every single day, hopefully to build up more muscle, so that he can use it to the best of his ability later on.
Okay, that's a good push-up. Should we try some squats?
We could do. Should we try some squats? What do you think? We can try record some squats. My legs.
Breakfast with Floki. Floki gets 2 plates in the morning. He gets the seeds and nuts, which he's currently devouring, and he gets a nice plate of fruits and veggies. The protein sources that the seeds and nuts give are really good for repair, which is good for his little leggies and his muscles after his big operation a few months ago.
Well, the time has come to move Cuddy over to Disneyland with Floki. Cuddy has met him before and they've got on very, very well. So we're just going to put them together for company, see how things go from here on, because they're probably going to be in sharing an enclosure long term, as these two both have problems with the other monkeys for some reason or other. So we're going to see if we can pair them up together, and then maybe we can get a special enclosure for them to stay in after this. But this will be the test, just to see how they go, get them used to each other, make sure they can eat with each other, and there's no real fighting or anything going on. Cuddy actually can be very, very dominant.
Cuddy's just moved to Disneyland and about to meet Floki. Here he comes. Mr. Floki's got a friend. So Cuddy hasn't been climbing too well, and she hasn't been that happy or looking content with the others in Calypso's corner, and the fact that she doesn't climb so well means that Floki can have a new friend, which works out probably better for both of them.
breakfast time with Floodie. This is their new couple name because it's really hard to say Floki and Cuddy together. So this is Cuddy having a rice plate with a little milk moustache. So Floki gets milk in the morning, and apparently so does Cuddy with a little milk moustache. So she's got a rice plate there, happily eating that. And here's Floki. Oh, Flokes. Floki's being fed a little bit further away from Cuddy because he has a little bit of food aggression, or envy, whichever you want to call it. So yesterday when Cuddy got a rice plate and he did not, he got very upset and very angry. So we've had to give him his own little plate, special plate, which is that blue one. And we do have to feed them a little bit apart. We wouldn't have noticed this food aggression before because Floki lived alone. So now we've had to improvise, adapt, achieve, overcome. Although Floki seems to be struggling with 2 plates at once. Doesn't know which one he wants first. Lovely morning from Floodie. They slept together last night, which is nice. Floki works fast. Got himself an older woman. She seems quite happy. Don't you, Cuds?
Here is Mariella. She's really growing up. She's getting really fluffy. Natsuki. So you might be surprised that she's in the intro cage again, Mariella, with Luigi and Natsuki. So with these guys, with Natsuki and Luigi, it's quite a long-winded integration. So we just keep letting them out, letting them explore. They still don't go out like very far. They stay in these trees, and like Luigi was in this big tree one time. And they're still quite scared of other monkeys when approached. Luigi doesn't like people either. But so we're just taking it slow with them, letting them go out in their own time. And then because Jessie is just so reliable in coming back into the intro cage and coming back for the nights to spend, or like to give them some company in the night, she just always comes in every day basically, which means that Mariella comes in again as well. Luigi here. But yeah, so Mariella is still spending a lot of the time in the intro cage, which is not ideal because she's already integrated in the troop. She's totally fine outside, but we need her mum. Here is Maggie grooming Luigi. Natsuki sitting on the left. She also got groomed, but now she's also doing the grooming on Luigi. And they're all sitting in the sun, soaking up the morning sun on a cold morning. Luigi and Mariella. They're becoming fairly good friends. Here's alpha female of Engelkey troop grooming and hugging Mariella. But Mariella just doesn't seem too interested. Molly in the back. She really likes Mariella but doesn't dare to come too close too quickly with the alpha female there.
So the morning after, it's day 2 of Luigi and Natsuki going out. So we've been doing integration for quite a while. They decided yesterday was the day, and near the end, Luigi was out for most of the day. Then in the afternoon, Natsuki also left. And they spent the night out actually in this tree. We're just at the, that's the intro cage there, so we're down at the bottom corner. And this is Luigi in the middle, and then Natsuki just to the right. So they've spent their first night out. We also have, okay, someone else has turned up to party. Can't quite see who it is, but it'll be most likely Mariella, but could be Sky King or Momo. We've got a few other monkeys around, Maggie, Whisper, and Air. So Air just groomed Natsuki, but she's still quite nervous, so she's just come down from the tree just to keep her distance a bit, on the lookout. Very sensible, just wants to avoid any trouble. And Luigi's around here somewhere. I can see his tail actually, he's just here. There he is. And Natsuki coming up. So both babies just came back for a quick pit stop in the intro cage. So we've left the door just slightly cracked open, so only they can get in and out. And they're straight back out again. It's Natsuki being groomed by Air. So Luigi, we're about halfway down the enclosure, so he's come quite far. Natsuki's still around the intro cage. And he's very close to Mariella. He's just in the tree above.
This is Luigi. He's now out for 2 days. So he spent the second night out, doing really well. And he has been playing with Sky King a lot. So we're very happy with how it is going. This is Opera. She has fostered Zebulon, who currently is in sick bay because he's getting treated. So this juvenile is Howie. She has been fostered by Picker, the alpha female, and Bisou. Bisou is the one who's with Mariella.
This is Natsuki getting a nice groom from Kendall.
Well, that brings us to the end of part 1. If you would like to watch longer videos, please become members. Our members area has videos up to an hour, so it's really for those people who really enjoy monkeys and really want to watch longer episodes. Otherwise, thank you all out there for your support. Continually donating via PayPal, it's helping us a lot. People joining and becoming Patreon members, watching us on Instagram, sharing our posts, watching the ads. It's all making a real big difference for these monkeys, and of course it's our only source of income at the moment. Slowly, as the world is waking up, it's a bit slow, and we are struggling quite a lot with that, but hopefully the next year will be a lot more positive and things will go a lot better. So thank you, see you in the next episode.